Bhagavate Ramakrishna Order. Approaching meditation. We've seen in the last class some introduction to this topic. This will be, as I say, a practical guide to meditation. Meditation deals with the mind. And the mind, in Sanskrit, it's called, one of the names is Bahurupi. It has many forms. It is one. Your mind is one, but it has many forms. It's like, yeah, you have one personality, yes, but there are many clusters of sub-personalities. The problem is pinning it down. If you can pin the mind down, you got it. The mind is a very, very slippery character, I tell you. To bring the mind's, you can say, powers and make it into one form is nothing but meditation and yoga. The mind is constantly bubbling out through the senses, goes out, gets in touch with the objects and comes back, and there we are. To control the mind, oh my God, it's so difficult. Kill it, pin it down. It reminds me of that Greek mythological story of that Hydra, the 1,000-headed Hydra, that monster. And it was kind of so tough to kill it. You slice off one head and two grow in its place. You try to have some control over your mind, and there it smirks and laughs at you. This is a task, but it can be taken slowly. If you know the methodology, you can slowly kind of quell it. So this topic is quelling memories. Of course, quelling unwanted memories first. So what is the mind? Yeah, you are the mind. People think I am so and so and so. No, you are the mind. And how do we know ourselves? Yeah, you can know yourself. The mind has got two powers. Subjectively, it can see itself, and it can also see the objective world. That makes it even more difficult. It understands itself and it understands the objects. So to get a window into what you are, I would like you to just close your eyes for a few minutes, please. Now watch the screen of the mind behind the eyelids. Please open your eyes. What you saw is a small window into your conscious mind. But the conscious mind itself works in tandem with the subconscious mind. And some of the thoughts that came in, of course, some of the thoughts were present thoughts. some of the thoughts that came in your mind were thoughts of the past. So the mind is made of two main layers, the conscious and the subconscious layers. The function of the mind is, of course, to derive memory. It searches for memory, stores it, recalls it. Imagine if there is no mind, there will be no knowledge at all. But like all things, suppose we are going to quell the memories, then what happens? Well, there are memories that are stark and dark, that impel us. It's like, just for illustrative purposes, just under the skull, there's a brain, but that's not the only thing. Deep down there are those massive tentacles spreading out. Take for instance the sense of smell or even perception. They are massively beneath consciousness, and they massively orient us. We are not aware of what is impelling us. And so as a result, what happens, we try to get onto the branches on top, while the subsoil of the mind harbors all these things which need to be cut. In the Upanishads, technically it's the Brihadaranyaka, the great forest Upanishads. There is a quote, "I was absent-minded, I did not see it. I was absent-minded, I did not hear it." I is saying, faith, desire, doubt, lack of faith, steadiness of will, unsteadiness of will, shame, intelligence, fear, all these are the mind. So these are the structures, this is the primary structure. And filling all these structures are memories. And we have plenty of them. But in meditation, you are supposed to deal with only those troublesome memories first. And they are called memories that make you externalized. There are certain memories that makes you internalized. So you need to quell during meditation every externalizing factor, which is again something called a memory. No memory likes to live alone. Like we don't like to live alone. Who likes a lonely life? But yet we live in a crowd and yet we feel we are lonely. Memory is something like this. It seeks its own kind. Like water seeks its own level. It seeks its own kind. And it goes and coalesces with the other memories. So they kind of form clumps and branches and the works. It's a vast network. No memory stands alone. It's always joined to other things. That is how memory works. Then the perception of one thing gives rise to the knowledge of even the second thing. The classical example is when I see fire on the hill, I know that there's smoke also there. So something like works through associations. The mind works through association, and it's a long association. And to kind of snip all these associations. But does it make the mind blank? No. What happens of course, there were philosophers who spoke about a blank slate of the mind. A child comes with a blank slate, and now of course it's no longer true. And we keep on writing on it. Oh, it's never like that. They come loaded. Every child comes loaded with stuff. What happens is, there are some memories that have a kind of a venom in them. Quelling memories is extracting the venom, that's all. So the memories will be just there in a very neutral form. Because if you keep on quelling all the memories and destroying them, your mind will become blank. And then what do you do with a blank mind? That's a stupid state. They will say, this guy is practicing yoga and he is becoming more and more stupid. Yoga doesn't like that, doesn't want that, please. It's just that you become the master of all these memories. Right now it's the kind of the other way around. The memories are our masters. They'll come whenever they want to, go whenever they want to. They'll shake us and wreck us. Now you'll have the great power because the venom, the toxins have all been leached out. That is what is quelling memories. So there are these memories that are making you externalized. They need to be disabled. Okay. Okay. Now, these two classes of memory, Sri Ramakrishna speaks about, like, yeah, there is something called the Avidyamaya and vidyamaya. Avidyamaya is that which leads us away from God or from the self, if you don't like the word. It means the same in Vedanta. And the vidyamaya is that which leads you to the self, to God. So what do? You take charge of those, avidya is non-knowledge. Non-knowledge, there is the knowledge of the external world of objects is there, yes, but there is no knowledge of the self in that. That's why it's called non-knowledge, avidya. And vidya is knowledge. So knowledge of the self. So how do we know ourselves? Yeah, we have the capacity, like I said, the mind has a capacity to plumb its own depths, and it can see itself and go towards that. And as we go towards it, it becomes more and more crystal clear. This is nothing but we are using activity to go towards that which is immortal. So, yeah, so now we have memories and memories and memories. We are nothing but memories. So, we have something called, we have a genetic memory. It's all in the chromosomes. Millions and millions of years of data is there written in your chromosomes, in your genes. Well, yes, we are but memory beings. And millions of things that you have done are also recorded, not in your chromosomes, but in the subsoil of the mind. They are there. Like you are not aware of all the numerous genes there within you functioning, and the epigenes also. But then you also, you are not aware of all those memories there within you. So this is how you need to climb and go down and down and down. How does this work? Swamiji gives an example. Suppose a child is learning the piano. She very deliberately and consciously presses every key on the piano. And slowly, days and months, and she gets a hang of it. Later on, she can even sing and talk while she's playing the piano. What happens is, conscious work goes down and becomes subconscious automatic work. Every action when it is repeated over and over again, becomes subconscious. It makes sense. It's designed so beautifully. It saves you a lot of trouble actually. And we are energy saving beings, and we love to save energy, except of course when we are spending it out on the trying to kill the environment. But the body and mind is designed to save a lot of trouble, and that is a lot of energy. So every action is consciously done, but it has a, you can say, counterpart in the subconscious. It forms a loop over and over again. Okay. So that's the reason why saying memories are nothing but subconsciousness, and it's a large storehouse. In Sanskrit it is called chitta, memories, huge storehouse of memories. So how do they work? The Upanishads, again in the same Upanishad we have, like a cloth dyed in turmeric, or like grey sheep's wool, or like the scarlet insect called Indragopa, or like a tongue of fire, or like a white lotus, or like a flash of lightning. The coloring varies according to the objects presented to the mind as well as Sri Ramakrishna gives the example of the guy, the cloth is white, and that person can dip those pieces of cloth in different tubs having different colors. So the mind gets different colors. It was white like driven snow, and it's now colored. So all these, like a cloth dipped in turmeric, or the scarlet insect, or the flash of lurid lightning, or the white lotus, etc., are the colors of your memories. The memories are kind of given a kind of a color, because there are different types of memories, there are different types of illustrations given. So there are some memories that flash and they come and they go. There are some which are persistent, they stay out there. There are some that come and they give rise to other memories. There are some memories that make you fear and sweat. There are some memories that makes you happy. So all these classes of memories are there. The soul is already identified with the mind. That is, consciousness is identified with the mind. And when the mind gets this kind of coloring, the soul also takes on, as it were, that same color. You should have known that I am not the mind. Yeah, but then the soul also is in a state of kind of ignorance, and wants to be happy with that mind. And so the coloring of on the mind is transferred to the soul, thinking of itself as this. It identifies. It's just a question of identification. Now, how do we do that? Now, okay, what do we do about it in yoga? Yeah, that is a big problem. So, if you notice, if a person is sleeping, you'll notice the eyeballs running about all over the place. I mean, in the eye socket, of course, not around all your face. That's called a rapid eye movement. It's a dream state. You're watching something and the eyeballs are running about all that. Even in the waking state, you see some people with a kind of faraway look. Sometimes the person is thinking, is half closed eyes, sometimes, closed eyes. But you notice one thing. So this is, it has been proved. When you're looking up and to the right, it signifies a reconstruction of old images into new images. Okay. Now, when you look up and you look at the right, you are reconstructing old memories or creating some new memories through imagination. When your eyeballs go up and to the left, you are accessing old memories, or what you say, new memories, or something called memories as images, eidetic memory or photographic memory. The pictures come up. It's very, and when if the eyeballs turn down and looking to the right, it signifies a recall of emotions and motor memories. And down and to the left, that person is resorting to internal dialogue. And so, it's not still. It cannot be still, just impossible. So you have these old and new and all the images coming out and the internal dialogue, and then reconstructing emotions and images. And so the eyeballs are very sensitive to what's happening in the brain, including, that is one way. And I've been kind of insistent on people trying to gaze rather at the tip of the nose, not on the tip of the nose, somewhere out here. When the eyeballs are kept steady, with a steady gaze down, it is not accessing any of these memories. It is not doing any kind of internal dialogues. It is not trying to reconstruct motor memories or anything like that. It is still. I would like you to practice this before you can go into. So we have eyes that are extremely sensitive. Your breath, certain memories makes your breathing either fast or slow. If you have some nice beautiful memories and your breathing becomes so slow, that is also, memories also work on your breath. Memories also work on your fingers. You see people always, these are the memories. They are kind of making that person restless. So these are the extremely fine kind of, you can say, movements, the hands of course. So that's the reason why we asked in meditation to sit still and don't move your fingers and keep a fixed gaze. Either close your eyes or half close your eyes, it doesn't matter, but your gaze has to be fixed. So all these memories that are there bubbling up, they don't bubble up. Okay. There's another reason why we are asking to be still. And if you can follow me with this, it's like this, put your hands behind your neck, on the nape of your neck, and gently press it to where, you have that, you can say, where the skull meets the muscles. Okay. Close your eyes, please. Press gently. Now open your eyes. Now move your eyes balls right and left, up and down. Do you feel the pressure of the muscles moving? Yeah, please relax. you will feel the muscles at the back of your neck also moving with the movement of your eyes. Yes, amazing. These yogis, they experimented with all these things, and they found that the primary, you can say, posture of a meditation is, as the Bhagavad Gita says, keep your head, your neck, and the body in a straight line. This was one of the reasons why. If you keep your posture straight, you fix your gaze, you are quelling your memories, and keep your fingers also. The moment you do that, your breathing becomes deep and slow, not like a kind of bellows that are pumping out of air. This is the best and the easiest way to quell memories. Yeah, but that's a temporary. Keep on doing it. By keeping on doing it, what happens? You don't feed those memories, and they will slowly, they will be burnt later with the fire of knowledge. So quelling memories is actually very easy. Of course, during that time. So what happens? Memories becomes purified. So as I said, there are two classes of memories, that which makes you externalized and that which makes you internal. You are creating a stream of internalized memories. When you worship, you pray, you meditate, you are creating a very strong stream, and this counters the externalized memories, and then you can. So you don't go to the lair of a monster. Hercules could do that, and he goes and kills the Hydra. But you don't do it. You start increasing the memories of meditation. And as you keep on meditating, make it a part of your life. Because without it, I tell you, your mind will disintegrate at the slightest stress or anxiety. It has to be made very firm. So this is how you quell memories. Don't go out there, but start increasing the number of memories related to meditation. And then you are in a power. So there is a tipping point that happens where the externalized memories are overcome by the memories that take you inside. That is how you quell memories. Okay. So as usual, I wanted to practice a little. So please sit down straight and still, and yeah. So you can square your shoulders like this. Keep your chin up and gaze here just outside your spot, just outside your chin. Okay. You can either close your eyes completely or half close your eyes, but keep your gaze fixed there. Use your willpower now. Don't be distracted by anything. Just keep your eyes fixed on that spot. Now, like in a pendulum that swings, swing that spot inside you. Now, you are seeing that spot inside your body. Okay, let go. Open your eyes. If you notice something, you never became aware of your breath also. Yeah, you must have taken a kind of, but your breath slows down. Many, they say that about 40 centers of the brain are just involved in perception. There's a kind of a quelling of all those centers temporarily, because you are looking inside. So from here you look here and then you swing it and put it. And as your gaze becomes more and more fixed, the movement of your hand, there is something called the hand-eye movement. Your eyes will follow your hands also, and the hands will follow the eyes. Even your fingers become still. Your breath slows down, and later on you won't feel as if you're breathing. You are breathing, of course, but you won't notice it. This is the best way to quell old memories, unwanted memories, dark and stark and terrible memories. This is how you do it. And this has been the basic groundwork of every practice of yoga, and it has been neglected by every. Of course, they don't tell you why it happens like this, but the yoga is very clear. So this is how you quell memories. Okay. Now, what impels these memories to come out? It could have been they don't even ask a permission. They just come out whenever they want to. Even when you're not expecting them, they come out. And when you expecting them, like you've studied for an examination and you're sitting there blank. And after you finished your exams and all, you come out and, oh my God. So they have a will of their own, as it were. They are under no control, your control. So there are two, you can say, there are two. There's one actually. The mind is impelled by these vital forces, because the mind is vital, and that same vital force runs also everything in your body. So that's the reason why, as long as you are alive, you will always have a mind, and the mind will always have memories. You can't get away with it, from it. The best way is to. So there is something called in yoga the purification of memory. That will come later. But first is to quell. So prana draws the mind up. So there is a, you can say, quotation, the tree of the mind has two seeds, impressions and the movement of prana, or the life forces. So the seed, is there. First, these various, you can say, impressions, they are there. Okay. And the movement. So whenever there is a life force, and that's the reason why some time back also I mentioned that right now you've got to take it as your life forces, your vital forces, and your mind are not distinct, they are one. Only in the later stages of meditation you will be able to completely separate your body from the vital forces, from the mind, from the sense of self, and deeper. So at this stage, your mind is your vital forces. And as you breathe slowly and deeply, your vital forces are getting controlled by those very kind of the action of trying to quell memories. That's an advantage. So you're killing two birds with one stone. when you gaze fixedly at a particular spot, your vital forces also becomes subdued, and then when they become subdued, they run into a kind of, they work their way up and down your body and mind in a very rhythmic fashion. Then it's very easy to get control over this. This is how we approach meditation. Well, we'll leave the remaining time for questions. Okay, let's practice it one more time, please. Sit down straight and keep your spinal cord erect, your neck also erect, and your head in a straight line. Close your eyes, please. Now gaze at a spot just outside your chin. To fix your attention on that, what you do is use a golden colored spot and you are gazing at it. Maybe a golden colored ball also. Gaze at it. Now gaze at it fixedly. Don't move your gaze at it, as if your gaze is penetrating that golden ball. Keep everything still and gaze at it. Now swing that ball slowly within yourself. Keep on gazing at it. Use your willpower, please. Okay, let go. Take a long deep breath, please. Yeah, open your eyes, and that is the way. If you have done it according to instructions, that is the way to quell memories. Then you will understand there is a tremendous power within the mind itself that can help you. We are not using, the mind is either your friend or your enemy. The same mind is a friend. But the mind has tremendous powers. We are seeing it as kind of a dynamic entity. Oh yeah, it's bubbling up here and there, memories and these structures and this and that and various colorings. The mind is a repository of tremendous powers, tremendous strength. If you can tap into it, and you tap into it every time you meditate, then every time you meditate, you're tapping into that power, and then you form a kind of a continuous loop. So every time you meditate, you're deriving power from there, from the mind, and that goes to feed that power once again, over and over. Then later on, it will become so natural that you'll be able to plunge in meditation very quickly, there, plunged and there. And you'll be oblivious of the external world first. Then you'll become oblivious of your own body, and then you'll become oblivious of your mind itself. You will only be aware of the object of meditation. So all memories are then quelled. Om, peace, 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 peace. So you can type in your question.